Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk Now, to this special event of Grand Slam Chat at 10:30 p.m. on a Saturday night. I
My
am
bad. My bad. I'm so sorry.
I am Big Red, and I'm with Mr. Late JLB
Hey, that's me. If I ain't late, it ain't great, baby. Let's go.
That's right.
and Super Kid Crazy.
Kid Crazy at your pleasure.
Hey.
And this week we had 4 hours of amazing wrestling, Wednesday and Friday.
Of Tony
We did?
Khan wrestling.
Of Tony Time.
Yes. Good one. Very good, very good, very good. From the start, and they're good. Their AEW is very good at pacing their shows. And maybe some people might complain to start off a show with that it should have been the main event. I have no problem with starting off a show with that. It kept me interested into the rest of the show, and that match was amazing.
We're talking about Brian and Kenny, right?
Yeah, Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega, baby. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's talk
definitely
about it.
great.
Let's talk about it, guys.
Definitely great to start off with that. While watching the show, I had a few of my friends who were like, "Oh, why did they start with this?" Da, da, da. And I'm like, well, it's that first hour. You want to get people intrigued. This is what people are going to see, right? They want to see it. So give it to them right away. Kind of sort of ordeal because it's on a Wednesday, guys. Wednesday, there's a lot of competition. Maybe not so much at 10 necessarily. But I kind of like that format because that doesn't really get done. Usually the first match of anything you watch is usually a filler match, a no one cares match, a piss break match,
Right.
need
Or
to
a
go
big
get food
match.
match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I liked it, and I think it honestly worked the best for it being a draw.
Yes.
Right?
It was a classic to me. I left from the beginning.
Do we agree with the draw?
I agree with the
Basically,
draw.
we agree it was an amazing match. Do we agree with the draw?
I agree 100% that it was a draw. 110%.
Can you explain why? I also agree, but I've heard different opinions on the internet, and sometimes I question what people. So I would like to know. I also agree the best decision was a draw, but why do you think the best decision was a draw?
Because if Kenny would win, there would be the only good reason of having a second match is for a rematch for Daniel. But if Daniel would win, it would be the same reason as for Kenny. This way, it's a draw. We don't know who is really the best wrestler.
And we want to see it on pay-per-view.
And we can see it on pay-per-view, which is going to be a title match.
Perfectly explained. I agree 100% with John. What do you say, Jess?
I like that it was a draw. I don't like how the draw happened.
Ooh,
Let me elaborate.
Interesting.
Draw happening, great. But how it happened, I don't know if they missed cues or whatever have you, because it's very time sensitive, right? So it just kind of happened. They were about to do a move, and then the bell rings. No.
True. Yeah.
It wasn't as impactful as, I don't know. Like, again, what we, of course, have seen the whole, he's in a submission, he doesn't tap out, it's a draw. We've seen, I don't want to necessarily see that, but I would like to have seen some sort of, or like they maybe get both knocked out. They like are hitting each other, and they both like do like some kick on each other, and then they're knocked. And then we see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. But how it ended to me was just kind of weird. They were like in between a move and like dun, dun, dun.
What?
And I'm like,
it seems like the commentators were already prepping the 30-minute draw for like the last minute. They were talking about that draw, the time limit coming up, and then all of a sudden the bell rings, but they're in the middle of a tussle, kind of a technical move. He puts on his submission. They separate him. It's okay, and I respect where it makes it makes Daniel Bryanson look strong.
100%.
It doesn't make
and it was a Brian Danielson match. It wasn't a Kenny Omega match. If you understand what I'm going with that, it was more scientific.
It was more technical. Okay.
Yeah, it was more technical because Kenny matches are more spots.
Yes, but I think it was separated into before the first commercial and after the first commercial. I think the first part was more technical, the headlocks, the finger locks, the twisting, that, and then after it became more spots in the second half of because at the beginning, to be honest, I was like a bit disappointed. Like the first 7 minutes before the first
It was
commercial.
very New Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, I can see the psychology. Yes, I can see where. Yes, the building up to, and then the second half, the next 20 minutes was off the hook. Everything made sense. The psychology to it, the every little detail, sometimes I was even scared for Daniel Bryan with all the headshots. I don't know if you guys felt that
when he did that one arm half Nelson suplex on the ramp.
Oh, the snap, the dragon snap suplex on the ramp.
I'm like, okay, he's done.
Yeah, I was literally scared for Bryan.
But the other thing I enjoyed is because when there's a time limit in a match, we see there's 5-10 minutes left.
Yeah, you feel it coming up. This one you didn't feel
none. So when it was over, I was like happy, like I was surprised. I'm like, oh shit, it's a draw.
The only time you felt it was when the commentators and started talking about it. Yeah.
That part I enjoyed.
And how about that one wing and angel counter for the reverse Hurricane Rana?
Yeah,
crazy.
Wow.
Which he landed on his neck.
Kenny, or
Daniel.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
He landed on his neck.
That's what I'm saying. I was
no, but there was that turnbuckle part where he didn't land on his neck. He actually landed on his front. But you're not talking about that move, right?
No,
we're talking about the reverse on the one wing and angel when he put him on top, and then he took him for the reverse Hurricane Rana. Yeah,
right. That was crazy. Yeah.
That was. I think the counter to the one wing and angel until now, and I think this for TV, this is perfect.
It was a classic. It was a wrestling classic.
If this is announced for Full Gear, who doesn't want to buy that pay-per-view?
Yeah, exactly. That was
100%.
Again, I just don't like how the draw was. That's my only little nitpicky thing. But it's good. It didn't downplay Kenny Omega either. It just showed that Kenny Omega underestimated him.
Exactly.
Yes. That's what it very well said. Yeah.
So.
And what did he say on Twitter after? He goes, he pulled Apollo Creed. He goes, no rematch. There's no rematch. So they're playing that long-term storytelling, right? No rematch. Right.
But we know there's going to be a rematch. There has to be a rematch.
Well, yeah, but if it's when it's Full Gear.
Do you know how I see this rematch? It's going to be a Full Gear, but it's going to be an Iron Man match.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
That would be amazing. But I haven't seen a half an hour Iron Man match or a full hour.
I think it's gonna go an hour.
I think it's gonna go an hour, man. They both can go an hour, no problem.
Yeah.
They've done it in New Japan, so
totally agree.
Because if they do a half an hour,
but nobody's done it since the original, the 60-minute. They've done Iron Man matches, but 30 minutes.
No, an hour they did it with Triple H and The Rock.
Oh, you're right. It was a full hour. Yeah,
it was a full hour.
Yeah, you might be right. I completely.
But the best one is Michaels.
No, obviously it's the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels. But I honestly completely forgot about that one you're talking about.
That's that.
I've seen other ones in Impact and in New Japan being 30-minute Iron Man. But I don't see how they can do that after going for a 30-minute draw.
That's what I'm saying. Because if they did it a half an hour, they would have to rush it.
A full hour. Imagine putting that on a pay-per-view, a full hour of Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. Wow.
Yeah, I'd be fired.
Wow. Yeah. Where do I send my money?
760 Rue. No, I'm joking.
That was great. To start off, it's great.
Fire.
I was very surprised that was the first match. I was like,
but that's AEW is known to do that type of thing.
Yes, but
And then they put a women's match, even if it's unimportant, as the main event.
there was no women's. There was only one women's match at the Wednesday.
Yeah, and it was very important on Wednesday, but on
Yeah.
Friday it wasn't.
We're talking about Baker.
Baker Ruby was perfect as a main event.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
And that makes sense because it's for the title. So you're making the women's title look at least,
Exactly.
a lot more prestigious. Kenny Omega and thing, but there was no title. So it is what it is. It's
And
there.
that brings you views. That brings you ratings. You start off the show with Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, then people are watching your show, and it makes sense. What they get almost 3, right? Ratings.
Yeah, it was like 1.275 or something.
Yeah, it was pretty close to 1.3. So they're very sneakily. You underestimate my sneakiness. Getting close to Raw.
Well, wait till it comes to the numbers. Wait,
Close-ish. Yeah. It's close-ish. Raw. I still can't believe Raw does like 1.7, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's incredible that 1.8 for Raw is like a good week.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that this week they did almost 1.3, and like they're getting awfully close, and the bragging rights are starting to make sense and starting to how do we say it, weigh something. There's a weight back to the competition. How can I say this? To the rivalry going back and forth. The competition going back and forth. It's not competition. Yes, it is. Well,
Right.
The numbers is what tells us what's really the competition, and it's awfully getting close.
I just hope they don't move to Mondays. I really don't want that to happen.
Oof. I completely agree, but I think that's a. Oof.
I think eventually they're going to have to, though. They're really just going to have to set off that WCW, WWE vibe thing. I don't feel like Tony Khan will ever pull the trigger on that unless TBS is like, no, we want to go after. But I mean, I don't know. Then again, why would they want to risk losing those ratings? So it's not like what it was back in WCW, and Ted Turner was all into like doing a wrestling thing. I'm sure now he just doesn't,
It's different. I think AEW can claim victory just by, they don't need to be on the same night. Just by passing on the demo, already it's a victory for them, which they did it one week or whatever, maybe 2. But already that's a victory.
5 weeks in a
not
row.
a victory, but bragging rights.
5 weeks in a row.
That they beat the demo?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. Wow. 5 weeks in a row?
Yeah, so but I mean, that's just, again, though, that's still just the demo. By the way, you should keep looking at your comments, huh?
I have none.
Mm-hmm. There's one.
Can you see it?
Oh my God. Which, excuse my fellow host there. It's a bit late, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's okay. Hey.
It's all good, Buzz. That's why we're all here. We're all here to help each other out.
So moving forward, after that great match, that's also another thing. Like, yes, we all like to start off a match great and get the people hooked, but then how you follow that.
Well, and that's what CM Punk alluded to, right? Like, boy, I'm glad I'm not on Dynamite.
It's true. Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like even that match itself might have just kind of ruined everything else for me. Like, I was almost so exhausted from that match. It was so good. I was
emotionally,
like, I was good. Like, the Britt Baker match was good. Do I remember a lot of it? Not necessarily, but I remember it being good, and then, I don't know. Like, that's really the takeaway of night one. Obviously, is the Daniel Bryan and Danielson match with Kenny. Britt Baker match was good. I feel like you should have split those two if you wanted to make the women's match a little more important. I didn't need to see Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus the hardcore guy and whatever. Like, I don't know. I could have passed on that. It was, and Lance Archer there. I don't know.
But that was last night, right? That was.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have had Britt Baker and Ruby do the main event there, I feel. instead of having like this hardcore, like I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan.
No. I totally agree. If you would have maybe switched it around,
Or switched
maybe
it.
maybe put the trios on as the main event on Dynamite, and maybe put the Ruby Brit as the main event on Rampage. Maybe it would have worked for both shows. Maybe there.
Yeah,
That's it. Because at the same time, the trios. Excuse me. At the same time, the trios there, the Young Bucks,
Super Click against
Super Click versus Jurassic Express and Christian. Fire. I thought that match was really fun too. It made Gocho Luchasaurus look phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it
definitely put him over. Yeah, with those choke slams and those things. Yeah, I really liked it.
And then we got to see freaking Adam Cole's Tequila Sunrise come back. His boom move, which I guess did he have that in NXT?
But I remember the Panama Sunrise and the
it's the Panama.
The knee. Sorry, what is it?
Okay, no. I thought it was the Tequila Sunrise, but it might have been the Panama.
Panama Sunrise is the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
Right.
From the top rope, and then there's their knee to the head. Yeah. But they do the BT trigger, which is that's what they did. It's a 3-part finisher kind of thing. That's what they did in the trios.
It's for the trio titles, by the way.
Is it? No.
Oh, they asked for it on Twitter. Yes,
it's coming.
Go check the bios. Give us the trios title. They say Young Bucks asking for the AEW to give the trios title to the Super Click. Which that T-shirt, I'm getting it definitely tomorrow.
Which one?
Super Click, baby.
Yeah, it's on my list.
And I like when he puts on the Boston Crab and they kiss him.
Yeah, it's awesome.
money, baby, money. They're doing everything. Yeah. Every little detail is. I don't know if they think about it, but it's working
because there's no. How do I put this? They don't have no creative in the back.
Well, because there's no script writing. Yes,
right. There's no script.
Yes.
So it's basically it's the wrestler that talks to Tony.
No, but there must be a guideline. Tony must give a guide, right? Justin, right?
Well, yeah, but there's that too. Keep in mind, they did a lot of this crap back in the Indies, so it's a lot of stuff that they knew already worked. And they did it back in the Indies, the best friends, the whole hugging, giving the people what they want. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff that really they're doing in AEW is stuff that was just really popular in the indie scene, and now they're just putting it on a TV market.
And that they knew would got a pop back in the indies, so they know it would get a pop with their audience, which is indie audience.
Indie audience. So, no, I absolutely loved, but I loved every part of that match. I love how we're going to get freaking Jungle Boy versus Adam Cole next week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be great. I think that's going to be fire.
I don't think I needed 2 hours of Rampage, though. To be honest with you.
Explain.
I don't know. Like, I felt like it was just a bit much for me. I watched only it this morning, and I found myself kind of just like I was really into the trios match, and then I found myself just not necessarily caring about the rest.
I agree.
And I think it's not because maybe the rest was bad necessarily. It was just like I think I was overexhausted by wrestling. You know what I mean? Perhaps that's weird, I guess, considering I watched the same kind of thing. But that second hour really kind of killed me. I don't know.
I agree totally because I got even though the Men of the Year, what's his name? American
that match
team.
I didn't care for at all either.
I didn't give a shit about that match at all.
I didn't care about that match.
Yeah.
Which was the Men of the Year, the tag team versus Chris Jericho and Jake Hager.
Yeah.
I like what Lambert does as a spokesperson in promos and stuff. It excites the storyline, but I think they really underperformed what we were expecting, especially Scorpio Sky and what's the other guy's name?
It's definitely not Scorpio Sky.
Ethan Page. Yeah. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, they're Men of the Year, right?
Right. Yeah.
They're I don't know. They tried to book them with America's Top Team, UFC. Masvidal giving you guys saw on
that
on
was
social
badass.
media. Masvidal giving the knee to Chris Jericho. I think it creates buzz for social media, but for wrestling fans, pure like us and like others, that match didn't do much for me.
No, zero.
Well, only the end for me did it because I know who Masvidal freaking knocked out. Because if you're a UFC fan, you know that
Ben Askren,
Masvidal's knee knocked Ben Askren out in like 5 seconds. First move, boom, knocked out. You know, I mean, then again, Jake Paul knocked down Askren.
Ben Askren. Yeah, so then
I guess it doesn't. Guess it doesn't take much, but no, I that was the part I actually got interested in. I'm like, oh, cool, we have UFC fighters going in. I mean, that's cool. That's kind of getting more notoriety. All right, I'm down with that. You know,
it
like
definitely builds notoriety. That's for sure. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, but I mean, then we had some women's match.
Penelope Ford.
Yeah,
I
don't know, man.
AJ, that's what you call her, AJ. Anna J, which is the return
Anna J. I call her AJ, whatever. Anna J, AJ.
The return of Anna J with the Dark Order. Rich, they came at the end. It's really that's where I think we can agree. That's where AEW needs to work on. Maybe is their women's division.
Oh yeah, that's been my whole complaint with my other podcast.
It's not that bad.
Well, they're getting better. Either. I could agree, but they're still not nowhere close to.
Have you where?
Impact.
What? Sorry.
Oh,
can you
those are fighting words.
I didn't hear. Impact. I didn't hear Justin's question. And I just heard your answer.
Yeah, if I seen women division, a worse women division, and I said Impact.
Wow.
Oh no.
You don't watch Impact then. You don't watch Impact then.
Impact, the women's division's been better than WWE. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. AEW is the worst. Worst of the three. WWE is probably still at the top just because they really have some good talent. They're just not really using them per se. But Impact is definitely close to WWE's. Some really good talent there, bud.
Hikaru Shida, which is amazing. Amazing. She deserves all the respect in the world as a women's wrestler. Since she's lost her title, where has she been on national television?
I think she's been in Dark.
She's in Evolution. Yeah. She's in
Elevation, but nowhere on TNT
but
national television.
I think they're doing something with her though in Elevation, and they're trying to build her up again for something. I think that's.
I'd like to give the benefit of the doubt, but I think that a former champion, she held it almost a year, should have more notoriety on your national television show than what she's being.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is, and I love her to death, but she has no charisma. Hikaru Shida is like
that's for sure. Yeah.
Hikaru Shida is like Natalia in personality for me.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm sorry, Hikaru Shida. No one deserves to be called Natalia. Apologies.
I thought you went a bit too far.
I'm sorry. It's maybe a bit much. No one could be that bad.
I understand what you're
saying.
What do you
mean? Dude, we're gonna be here for hours. Let me make a list. Bro, no personality. She wrestles like she's thinking about every move. She's not wrestling like a heart. She's wrestling like every day is her first day on the job.
Yeah,
I feel that's what it looks like.
That's an accurate summary of how she wrestles. Yeah.
How do you not know promo work? You've been in the business for so long. I get your uncle wasn't like, over the top, but he made it work. He got a slogan.
We're talking about Natalia.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Natalia.
Oh shit, I thought we were talking about Hikaru Shida.
But I mean, they kind of works for her too. She hasn't done much necessarily, but I mean,
but I'm joking. But I fully understand what you're saying. I agree with the whole last 10 years of Natalia is what you just explained. So
yeah, straight up.
So I just hope I just hope with the talent that Shida has that she doesn't become Natalia. Please, I think she could be one of the top. If I won't say 3, at least top 5 women's in AEW women's division. I think she can be, definitely.
No,
Even
she's
with
there.
the new acquisitions.
Bro, they just suck with the women's division, though.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Is
That's what it
Brandy
boils down to.
still in charge of that?
Most likely.
No, probably not.
Isn't
It's
it Kenny?
It was Kenny who was, but I don't think he's even in charge anymore now that he's.
Because I know that at the beginning it was both of them, Kenny and her, and she hired on Awesome Khan and everything. And then maybe she got pregnant, and then it started to get better. So was she the
At the end of the day, I don't care. I just blame Tony because Tony is allowing that to happen. And I don't know. Britt Baker is the only thing that's kind of interesting, making it interesting to me. Thunder Rosa, I found when she came in, she was exciting. But then she lost her appeal. There's no storyline there. It's almost like the Dark Order for me. The women's division is like the Dark Order. There's just a lack. There's a little storyline, but not enough to keep me interested.
Yeah, because where does she go from now? Where does she go from here? Now she beat Ruby. Now where does she go from here? So there's
but it was like a heartfelt battle and whatever.
But it wasn't. It was a clean finish.
That's true.
It was a clean finish. If her what's her
Raquel.
Yeah, Reba, not Rebel. Yeah, or Rebel or not Rebel, one or the other. If she would have interfered, it would have made more sense. But it was a clean submission. So now that sometimes, I guess Tony Khan is going to learn with the time, and he's got help around. He's got very, very good wrestling minds around him. But the women's division is definitely something he needs to tweak on. So hopefully Charlotte can finish her contract and go to AEW.
No, I don't want Charlotte.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
I don't think Tony Khan would even take her. Like, unless Andrade was like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave unless you take Charlotte." All right, well then I guess Charlotte's only getting $100,000 a year. Then, like
you think she's blackballed because of her father?
Oh no, that I don't give a shit about. But in the sense
okay, so then let me rephrase this. If you were a wrestling promotion owner, you were a promoter, you wouldn't want to hire her as your female face to your women's division?
She'll overshadow everyone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If I'm building a women's division, I don't want Charlotte there because Charlotte is going to basically do what she does now in WWE and just kind of take over. And I'm not going to be able to build the rest of my women. I'm stuck with, because Charlotte, it's not Charlotte's fault either. It's just Charlotte is so good at what she does. And she really,
that's very
she
well
really
explained,
stands her ground. She really stands her ground and all that. But I it's not WWE. We have Britt Baker. Britt Baker's almost like a Charlotte, but Britt Baker adds her sense of no.
I understand, like charisma and popularity, and to become a top star. I agree totally, but she's nowhere close in the ring to Charlotte.
No. But I mean, just the the extra.
But the star, the star potential is definitely there. Yeah. Totally agree.
Nowhere near in the ring, but I mean, come on. You're comparing someone who's wrestled for the past 8-9 years compared to Britt Baker, who's wrestled for the past 3.
Yeah, and Charlotte's more of an athlete. Britt Baker was a student and studying to become a dentist, while the other one was a volleyball superstar in college and on scholarships and everything. It's totally different journey to what we got. So
that's fair.
So that's fair. But I'm just in love with Charlotte in the ring. I hate her as a personality. Not a personality. As a character. As that
well, that's
queen.
the point.
Yeah, I know that's the point. But Britt Baker also is doing her job as a heel, not as a heel, but she's a heel, but as a hateable personality very well also. So, hey, isn't that a dream match?
Yep, they had Renee had mentioned that when she interviewed Charlotte Flair because they were at a live WWE event.
On her podcast.
on her podcast, and she had mentioned, so who is someone you would like to face? And all the fans were chanting DMD. You know what I mean? Obviously, everyone's thinking of it. You know, it's
like back in the day when we were kids, right? We all wanted to see Stone Cold against Goldberg, or
exactly. Yeah.
So those are your dream matchups. So that's interesting. That's what makes it great to be a wrestling fan nowadays, man. Nowadays, like now, everything is speculation. Everything is excitement. Everything is what's gonna happen. We don't know, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I haven't felt this great in at least 2006, guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's 15 years. So. That's a lot to say, man.
That is, yeah.
And kudos to Tony Khan. And hey, I don't like to always jump on or defend one or act against, or I'm a WWE mark or a AEW defendant. No, man, it's just great to be a wrestling fan. Sorry, now, but at the same time, I got to appreciate what Tony Khan has done for the business. So props for Tony. I think we all agree on what he's done, right?
I'd agree with
We're
that.
all wrestling fans, man.
I mean, aside from the women's division, like he's still got to learn there. But aside from that, he did make a Britt Baker. So, or Britt Baker made Britt Baker, but he decided to hire Britt Baker. Saw the potential in her. He has a lot of great women wrestlers. It's just there's something missing. I guess a storyline, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it is storyline. I think he's not as involved as he should be into that division. I think he's putting a lot of his time and creative focus on all these new guys coming in, and maybe slacking on the women's division, which is totally understandable.
Well, I mean, to be fair, what is Dark Order really? And granted, there's a technique with what AEW is doing as well. Right,
that's true.
They're long-term story building, so it's not like we know really what's happening until So
they deserve the benefit of the doubt on these storylines. Yes,
that's it. But for women, they never did anything. So they're not getting that down. But what are you doing with Jade? Like, you have this powerhouse. When you did that whole tag team match with her and Shaq and whatever, like. That's when you should have just kept her going and build her up. You know what I mean? Like, the fans were kind of behind her. And now that she has this manager dude, I'm not necessarily caring. She's not. Did she wrestle on?
Yeah, she wrestled this week on a tag team match, if I'm not mistaken.
No, she had a singles match.
Huh?
A singles match.
Yeah, a singles match. Oh, yes, that's right. She defeated She defeated the jobber. Basically, it was a jobber. It was a squash.
I think it was. Yeah, like they're giving her the Braun Strowman treatment, or like any big guy that WWE comes in and they make a squash. But no, man, like enough. Like, don't pull that WWE card. Give her something that shows her power. Make her struggle a little bit.
You like
her? To make her champion. You can make her look strong without making her champion.
You guys like her?
She has potential.
She looks good. Yeah,
she has potential.
Okay.
I think she looks good.
She's relatively she's still fresh in the ring or whatever, but she's got the physique. She's got the attitude. Yeah. They just got to give her something to work with.
I completely agree. She's got the physique. She's got the charisma.
She's like the China of AEW, bro.
Whoa.
She has.
Well, I mean, she needs more matches under her belt and all that.
What do you mean, whoa, though?
You can't compare it to China.
No, she's the China of AEW, is what I'm saying.
She hasn't accomplished what China has accomplished.
Obviously,
but she's definitely a comparable asset to the company. One.
Okay, do you want me to compare it to Nicole Bass, maybe?
And two, she's definitely more charismatic than China.
She's definitely more charismatic than China.
Definitely more charismatic than China.
I mean, unless you were talking about Latino China, in which we probably should just forget about Latino Heat China.
Latino Heat.
Oh, damn.
So that's I'm okay. I'm okay with Jade Cargill. I'm okay. I'm even okay with her bringing her. I was about to say bring back Shaq, but to maybe give her an extra push. But maybe she doesn't even need it. She just needs a good rivalry. That's maybe what she needs.
Nah, there's no point. Shaq, whatever. That was cool for Shaq. I mean, she just needs a decent rivalry. Like, give her, like, I'm a big fan of, also, she doesn't really get a shot. Swole? Is it Swole?
Yeah, Swole. Yeah.
Big Swole. Like,
what's her, yeah.
Like her, I think she's pretty decent in the ring, but again, you're not really doing much with her. You have her
Swole is in the same category as Red Velvet. Swole. Well, what's the other one?
There's no, you know what the problem is? There's no identity within these women. I think is Bunny. You put the bunny outfit or whatever, but it's not enough. Thunder Rosa, I know what Thunder Rosa is. You have the mask. She's very different. She's very thing. Abaddon, very different. I know exactly who Abaddon is. If you put Penelope Ford,
and Bunny
and Hogan and the Bunny and you put them all in one thing and you say, okay, pick them out of the bunch. You take off the bunny ears so I don't guess that that's the Bunny.
I won't be able to tell.
I probably couldn't pick them out from a crowd of who is who.
Very fair.
Maybe I'm not paying attention either, in the sense that, okay, anyone would kind of figure out, bro, look, she's different here, she's different there. But in the ring, no, they're not really all that different. You know,
they're not.
Just very generic wrestling that I'm getting out of it, just because there's nothing there, perhaps.
No, there's nothing that gets me that gets that hook on me where I'm looking for it. Where I want to follow what's going on in that storyline or in that program, whatever's going on. That's not doing it for me. And there's nothing at this point that can get me going unless, like you said, something that's out of the box, an original story. That's what I need. I need to grab me. That's what I need. They haven't done it yet. It's always it's always somebody associated with another faction or with another tag team or another something. There's nothing in the women's division. There's nothing that focuses me on whatever is going on in that program. It's always something attached to another program or another.
Or it's always been with Britt Baker.
Yeah, or with Britt. Exactly.
You know, like Thunder Rosa. That was probably maybe the last time I was interested. Her and Thunder Rosa, that whole thing, them going against each other, that obviously unsanctioned match was pretty cray-cray. Britt and I think it was Swo, when they had that whole little dentist match there. They were in the back, whatever.
Yes, that was, yes.
You know,
Red Velvet.
Red, see?
Yeah.
And that's not even a thing. It's just they both have no, like, they're so generic. There's nothing that stands out. I mean, yeah, she wears red velvet to the ring. Cool story, bro. But, like, at the end of the day, she's
part of the Nightmare family, whatever. Cool story, like you said.
Didn't even realize she's part of the Nightmare. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't care about anyone in the Nightmare family. Nothing that intrigues me there.
It's okay. Like, it can be a show can be, or a promotion can be 100% always on the ball on every single booking. So it's okay. Sure. It's okay. We're here to separate the good from the bad for you, so you could make your own decision.
That's valid, guys. A lot of negativity, though. I mean, Grand Slam was good, right?
Like, it was great. We're
misleading the people here.
No, it was great. We don't want to be some Debbie Downers or anything. It was really great. How about that lucha? That for what was it? Luchas and Santanas. Oh my God, Santana and Ortiz and the Lucha Bros against Private Party and Butcher and the Blade. I also like that match.
It didn't do nothing for me.
No.
Yeah, he's got so mad he left, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm out of here. I'm done. That's it. Put a fork in me. I'm done. I'm about cooked. I'm overdone now. It's finished. Get out of here. Yeah, but I see what you mean. I did enjoy, though. I kind of just enjoyed the Lucha Brothers, to be honest with you, from that. I enjoyed that little spot they had at the beginning
Mhm.
where they all jumped out of the ring and whatever.
Mhm.
For me personally, Santino? No, not Santino. Whatever. Santos and Ortiz.
Santana.
Santana. Jesus, Santino. Yeah. Santana and Ortiz. They honestly don't do anything for me at all, though. I don't
And
think
he's
I'm
back.
ever going to like them. You were that mad, huh? You were that angry.
Yeah, it really pissed me off.
No?
Yeah.
Like I was telling Big Red over there, I only cared for the Lucha Brothers in that match, to be frank with you.
Well, they're tag team champions. You should care for them.
That's valid. But I mean, like, I something about Santana and Ortiz is just...
Oh, yeah, you don't like Santana? What do they call themselves?
Power
Pride and Powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like... I liked them in Impact. You know what I mean? When they were in Impact. But in AEW, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. Like, you haven't given me... Like, you've just been lackeys for the Inner Circle. And then I cared about you when you faced the Best Friends. That was fun. But aside from that, I don't care.
So basically, we like them when they go into tag team programs. That's basically when we like them. So that's this should bring them back up. This program right now,
But
hopefully,
they had a very good match with FTR.
Yes, they did, but they should have been. It should have been even bigger than what it did. It was basically only fillers in between the rivalry of Inner Circle and Pinnacle. It wasn't basically real matches like between them. It was always finished with an interference or whatever. FTR is one of my favorite tag teams, and I think Proud and Powerful can be a good tag team. But I totally agree with Justin that we haven't seen it because they've been kind of the lackeys behind the mic when Chris Jericho's doing a promo. That's basically what we've seen them. Now we're starting to see they're breaking out. Sammy Guevara breaking out and fighting against Myro. And now we're starting to see Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz breaking out into the tag team division. So maybe now we're going to see greater...
And you maybe just need someone more exciting. Like, why not just have Sammy come out with Pride and Powerful? Like, if you have Sammy come out with Pride and Powerful, it might look Pride and Powerful that much better, and Sammy's got the mic skills to help out with everything.
So you think Conan didn't help the joining? Well,
Conan was there?
As a valet?
Conan was there?
Well, he was there during the brawl, right, in the stadium. And then he was there for one Dynamite, and then we haven't seen him since.
Oh, but that's it. So he's not there.
Yeah. So, but they could be a good valet for them, maybe to.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess. Just I'm done with this whole. Let's stick Spanish people together. You know, let's stick Puerto Ricans together. Let's stick, Mexicans together.
It's kind of cliche. Yeah.
It's very cliche. I don't think Conan does anything for them now, though. I understand the history and why you would do it. Well,
hey, we just saw Homicide, right?
Well, why didn't you put Homicide in like the Pride and Powerful situation?
See, I kept that from you when you asked me if there would be any special appearances, and I said no.
Because he's best friends with Kingston.
Oh, is
he's from New York? Yeah, that's why he was there.
Okay,
he hasn't signed with AEW or anything. It's just he was there for the. It's in New York, and he's good friends, and it was a good pop,
right?
But Conan, LAX, right, with Hernandez and Homicide, and then.
But wasn't Homicide was there too, though?
Yeah, so it was Homicide and Hernandez before they got thrown to the curve, and there was Santana and Ortiz became the new. So there's stories to tell there, which could be interesting. But for now, so now we got Lucha Bros. We got Lucha Bros against Santana and Ortiz at Full Gear, right? I guess that's where they're going.
Which would be good.
I'm okay.
Yeah, that could be fun. I just don't think they're good in a huge matchup. Like tag match, bring me a tag match. Cool story. But if there's too many people in the ring, I feel like they get lost in the shuffle.
Oh yeah,
Pride and Powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that makes sense because it's happened before, and especially in that
Holy
Blood
and Guts.
World War III type of match when they had the
blood and guts,
the matches,
blood and
yes.
guts. Yeah.
Blood and guts, exactly. Yeah, I could definitely agree where they disappeared a bit. Yeah, they did. But I would definitely see them in a program for the titles against Lucha because they had a sick rivalry in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Those two tag teams. So I'm interested in seeing that.
Lucha Brothers were an Impact?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought they just came straight from like AAA or something.
No, they went AAA and then Impact. They stayed there for a bit. It was Penta. He was also Penta Zero because Pentagon was only. And they were in Lucha Underground. That's where they were. They were. They got famous in Lucha Underground, and then Impact, and then AEW.
What did you guys think of the Rhodes Black match? Really?
I don't care, man. Get Cody Rhodes off my TV. I'm
Captain
done with this
America.
guy. Oh, don't. I honestly, when Cody Rhodes did his whole little "I stopped racism" promo from like 4 months ago or something, I was done with it. Now, no one should take my words like, oh no, like I just think Cody Rhodes is full of crap with all this stuff. He just tries too hard is the thing, and I'm just done with it. He's a phenomenal wrestler, but he's got to stop trying to be this Triple H wannabe, Dusty Rhodes wannabe. I'm like my father, the golden child, the egomaniac. I don't care about your roads to the top. I don't care.
Which looks really interesting, but continue.
Oh no. Just as interesting as The Miz and his wife.
Yeah, that's it.
That's actually a good show.
Okay, well, clearly that's the market.
Is Steph's listening in the back somewhere? Okay, you just want to...
I stopped watching it. The wife watches it now, but I stopped.
Snap.
No. Hey, and I don't understand how some people still like complaining about Cody because he doesn't put nobody over. I don't like Cody. I respect him, but who has he put over? Sorry. Who hasn't he put over in the last 2 months? He's lost every, other than Anthony Ogongo, right?
Mm.
He's lost every match.
What the hell happened to him?
Yeah, after losing, we haven't seen him since. All we haven't seen is the other guy from the Nightmare Family.
Marshall.
No, I mean the other Anthony Lee. What's his name? Lee. Something Lee. It ends with a Lee. Anthony Ogongo is another one, but it's AJ Lee or something like that. No, AJ
Definitely not AJ
Lee. Sorry, guys.
I mean, she might show up, but she hasn't yet.
Yeah,
I don't think April's showing.
Anyways, there's another guy. Yeah, that's not AJ Lee. Sorry, my bad. My bad. But yeah, Cody is gonna have to start building something else than what he's doing now, because because right now I'm not interested in nothing that Cody does.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for him to be a heel.
And from what I heard, he doesn't want to be a heel.
Then he's stupid.
I agree 100%.
I agree. He's stupid. Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't want to be a heel. Then
he stopped racism. Names his kid Liberty. He's doing so much for the community, bro. So much.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just he's great.
It's
wrestler,
true though. Yeah.
But stop.
I think that would be a great turn.
What?
Because of
that's what he did
done
as a face. What is he gonna do as a heel?
Oh yeah, okay. Because of what he's done as a face, I think could be a very good heel turn if he does it right.
Bro, you can't play a race card with all that stuff. No.
Oh no. With his wife? No, never. That's not what I'm saying. No.
Okay, what are you saying?
No. I'm saying that with how much of a great social justice warrior he's been, and be a face, then all of a sudden is the perfect time to turn everybody against you if you do it right. Nothing to do with race or.
But if he's a social justice warrior, how are you going to turn him heel?
What was that?
What?
Sorry,
just
nothing.
Just like Daniel Bryan, right? When he was the environmental champion, usually that should be a face character, but he was totally a heel.
Yeah, but that's totally different.
What did you say? Sorry, I missed something.
I said because Justin was saying if he's a social warrior type character, how can you change him into heel?
Right.
I go back because usually social warrior are good people, right? But Daniel Bryan, when he was the champion, the environmental champion, technically that's supposed to be a good guy, but he was the biggest heel in his career, and that was probably the best heel he's been.
Well,
yeah, but with social justice, you can't go in and make that a heel. It just won't work.
No. You can't be a social justice heel. No, you got to change that around. You got to
that's what I'm saying.
You got to turn on somebody. You got to make it personal with somebody. No. I'm not saying
it could work. It'll be touchy, but it could work.
Well, I think you'd get a lot of heat.
Yeah, you get a lot of heat with that, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tony Khan's not about that life.
You can't make those social justice issues into that. No. I'm just saying that you could turn on somebody and then that becomes a heel turn, but not about that specific social justice. No. I don't think that could happen, even though Daniel Bryan talks about
then again, I hope it happens so he can get canceled and not show up in wrestling anymore.
He can't get canceled.
When is he going to get back in the title picture?
He's not.
He's not.
It's not going to happen ever?
No.
Bro, he won the title at All Out or All In, whatever the hell it was called.
Well,
on the first one. Title. That's it. And that's it. He got his victory moment around the world.
He doesn't want to win the world title.
You're telling me that Cody Rhodes will never see the AEW Heavyweight Championship?
Well, he said that he doesn't want to win because if he wins it, people are going to say that he wants to be like Triple H.
People are already saying that.
I know.
Even though he loses every match, people are still saying he's egomaniac and burying everybody. So eventually he's going to realize that, and he's going to want the title.
No, he did wonderful with I was going to say Brody Lee. Brody Lee.
Well, yeah.
That was when he did that with Brody Lee and how powerful he made him. I was like, oh man, Cody, you done wonders with this.
That's true.
But
he still took it back from him.
Yeah, I know. No, he won it. No, didn't he won it? And didn't he lose it to like Lance Archer or something?
No. I'm saying he lost it to Brody, and then he beat Brody again for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that was the buckle match there, right? The strap match. That was a crazy strap match, though. That was a fire match. So I don't mind if you're gonna lose it in that way. I'm down.
No, that's completely fair. I don't like Cody, as a character, but I respect what he's done for the business, bro. Sure. Seriously, that message from Meltzer, even though I hate Meltzer, but that challenge from Meltzer changed the business, and there's nothing we can say that will contradict that. That changed the business.
What challenge?
About filling up a 10,000 seat stadium.
Snap! Yeah.
And Cody said challenge accepted, and they ended up being All In, and which came up to being
it was like 15,000 or something.
Yeah. So that was. He still has an important part. I think he thinks he's more important than he is, but.
But
I think we can agree on that. What about Myro? Can we get over this Fuego del Sol thing? No, what do you guys think, bro?
What about Myro?
No, but this program with Fuego del Sol. Come on.
Sorry.
Just give me. When is the Sammy Myro match supposed to be?
Next week. Yeah.
On Dynamite.
Yeah.
So that means we'll never see Fuego del Sol and Myro together again?
No.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it might be a tag team thing. Who knows?
Please.
What, you don't like...
I like Myro, and I respect Fuego del Sol. I haven't seen enough matches, but them together in a program? No. Come on,
why?
No, man.
But why?
because I think that after a squash and after a beating that he got, there's no reason to put him in that situation.
Yeah, I feel like Fuego del Sol is like a Callisto of a situation in WWE.
But Sammy's gonna get squashed as well.
Who?
Sammy's gonna get squashed.
Sami Zayn.
I said Sammy is going to get squashed.
Oh my god! I hope he doesn't get squashed. Oh my god!
I don't think he's getting squashed. I think
he might not win, but he's not getting squashed.
Not getting squashed. He's gonna do that whole underdog, like
he's gonna kick out at the
kick outs and
might even take an interference to pin him because they're strong on Sammy. They're strong on Sammy. They're strong on Darby. They're strong on Orange Cassidy. They always protect those guys. Those are the homegrown talent.
Well, those are the future too, right? So
totally agree. Those are the future. They've always been protected since the beginning. Even though you guys see, we all see those other guys on top. Those guys are always protected. Jungle Boy, look at that. Jungle Boy against. I'm really intrigued about Jungle Boy against Adam Cole.
Oh my god!
Because like, where are they gonna go with this? Who are they gonna protect? Who's gonna go over? What?
Cole.
Who do you guys think is gonna go over in that match?
Cole, 100%.
Yeah. Business wise, yeah. But storytelling wise, after all you've done for Jungle Boy,
bro, you're losing your voice.
Jungle Boy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a.
No, I mean it depends though. It depends. It really depends how they're going to work that storyline out. It depends what it's going to lead to and so on. I could see
it's going to lead to a trio match at Full Gear for the first trio champions.
I agree. So how do you book this match on Wednesday?
Then you book. Yeah, then you might have to book Jungle Boy winning.
Well, what happened to?
That's right, Justin, because you booked Jungle Boy winning, and then the
Adam Cole gets pissed. They get whatever.
And Super Click wins the title. Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
What
happened to who? What happened to who? What happened to what? Where happened to where?
The guy that's with the Jungle Boy.
Luchasaurus.
No, that one.
Oh, Marco
Stunt. What about him?
Wait, he doesn't wrestle no more?
Not really. We saw him a bit we saw him a bit there when they threw much.
You froze there for a second. So you're like, throw.
I don't think you'll see Marco Stunt much.
Yeah, bro. I mean, unless it's him against Lance Archer and Lance Archer throws him like crazy, I don't think I need to see him anywhere else.
Into the second upper deck. That would be amazing.
Second upper deck. All right, here you go. What do you have in common with Peter Pan? You both can fly.
Fly, Pelican, fly.
Did you guys like the MJF and Pillman?
Nope.
Wow. I didn't mind it. I don't remember it though.
I preferred the build up to it than the match.
Yeah, that might be a valid point. I don't know. I really didn't like the Friday.
No,
aside from like the trios and even I guess the lucha match, I didn't care. And everything else was just.
Even the Punk and Hobbs didn't do nothing for me.
Well, let's talk about the Punk and Hobbs. Fun. I think it was a good match.
I think it.
Maybe because I'm not a Hobbs fan and I didn't really care about it.
I think Punk put Hobbs over in that match many times, man.
Yeah,
he made him look good. I think it was a good match. And
you know what I think ruined it for me? I think Taz, having Taz and Starks in commentary, kind of maybe ruined it. It was just a bit much. I was like, you're both all on the same team.
I like Taz, but Stark could stop talking.
No, I think Taz could stop talking. Honestly, like I'm done. I can't. Taz is.
I like that.
They're always so joking and whatever, and I'm just like, I don't know. I can't stand Taz's goofiness. Oh, me too. I faced. I don't know who he was talking about, but he just kept on. I don't know. Like I like his heel work. I'm just over it.
What happened to JR?
Well, he does Dynamite.
He doesn't do. Okay, sorry. I thought he did both.
Yeah, no. Poor guy, he's gonna get an aneurysm if he does both. No. You keep him on Dynamite. You let him do that.
If I were to make a drinking game where every time you would mention Daniel Bryan, I would have to drink a shooter, I would be extremely drunk.
To be fair, guys, it only takes.
You only mention it
shots
twice.
to get
I'm
drunk.
only joking. I'm being a bit hard on it. You only mention it twice.
Hey, at the same time, though,
balls.
a lot of people like the bust his balls, but at the end of the day, if you were in that shoes, you would be nervous. I know he's been doing it for so long, but keep in mind, man,
I would fuck up every two wrestlers, no doubt. Just watching it, I'm like, go Daniel Bryan. Oh, Bryan Daniels.
That's
it happens all the time. So I can only imagine how hard it is for him, a 70-year-old man.
Just learning the new school of wrestling.
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
no. He's good. Like, You're good. Tony Schiavone is the best.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone is the best, no doubt. But at least JR's trying, poor guy.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Did you guys like the Sting match?
No.
There was a Sting match?
Yeah?
No. I didn't like Darby and Sting against Men of the Year, no?
No. FTR.
No, not Men of the Year.
FTR versus Sting and Darby.
Who?
FTR.
Oh, yes.
That was a very good match.
Oh, yes, it's true. Sorry, I was mistaken with the other one. Yes, it's true. He did the big stinger splash. Now I'm starting to remember.
Very good match.
I think I skipped over that match or something. Yeah, that's it. I don't recall. There was a lot of crap, though, in between. I feel like I just kind of... I think I put it on as background noise, and I only paid attention to, like, the main event. And
for 62 years old. Hey, props to the man.
They FTR made him look good.
Oh yeah,
but they're good.
Yeah.
So.
That match made me say, "Hey, he still got it."
If I was 62 years old and I would be going into a tag team match, FTR would be the match I would be like to going into. And if I was 62 years old going into a singles match, the guy I would like to go against is Cesaro. Fully
Cesaro.
No, because those are the workers that you trust with your life. Those are good workers. So that know what they're doing. So
damn, I really got to watch that FTR match then, because I love me some FTR. So I don't know what I was doing. This was obviously the second show, right?
No, this was Wednesday.
Friday. That was a Friday.
No, it was a Wednesday.
You're full of shit. It was not on Dynamite. You're full of.
It was Dynamite.
It was not Dynamite.
Okay.
I don't
wrote
believe
it.
you.
I
feel like you're lying.
Dynamite. FTR Sting.
I'm not trusting you. I don't think this was a match. Now I just think you're full of bonanza. FTR.
It was after Rhodes and Black.
Sting and Darby.
Wednesday was Bryan, Kenny, CM Punk promo, MGF, Pillman, Rhodes, Black, FTR, Sting. Then it was Black, Baker versus Solo.
Oh, snap.
Thank you very much.
I must have had to clean a washroom there at that point. I didn't remember. I didn't see or something because I like both of them. It's just
it's on YouTube.
Okay, so I'm gonna go check it out.
Oh no, never mind. Someone's playing the video game of the match. Oh, such lame asses. All right, it's not on YouTube. I have it recorded though, so I'll definitely have to rewatch that.
But, hey, I know that I remember seeing Sting doing the stinger splash, and I don't remember the match other than that, but I remember a few things. So maybe when I was working back and forth and I had the TV on, maybe I could. That's why I seen it, but I don't remember.
Oh, I remember the coffin drop.
When you put it knees
off the apron. Yeah. And
that's how we go.
Yeah, and then I remember. Yes, because I remember then that was Friday. No. I feel like I watched that on Friday.
No, but you didn't watch it on Friday, Justin. You watched it today, no?
No, I mean today. Yeah, in the morning. I'm saying I feel like because I remember saying I feel like by the time he's like 30, 33, his back is gonna be done. Like forget about it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be. He
Like
reminds me of Brendan Gallagher and throwing himself in these type of matches. But he's a skateboarder. Hey, skateboarders are tough, man.
no, that's valid. I mean, sure, but
Apparently he's already got spinal problems, bro. So
oh, what the fuck? I already have spinal problem. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing. You'll have more spinal problems.
It's the right way to go.
I guess. Damn.
Yeah, wow, that was.
But no, I mean, again, we might be sounding negative, but in reality, there was some top tier matches, right? Of course, Daniel Bryan and Omega.
Who?
That's Bryan Danielson and Omega. Guys, this is why I wouldn't be a commentator.
Mr. Grammar Nazi.
Yes.
Grammar Nazi. It's not even
so yeah, I mean Bryan Danielson and Omega, top. Ruby and Britt, top. That Sting match, I'll have to rewatch, but I imagine that's got to be fire. Anything with FTR is gold.
Yeah, usually they're top. Yeah,
the Super Click, the Luchasaurus, that I want to see more of. Give me more of that. And then you had
main event, guys.
The what?
Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Minoru Suzuki.
Oh,
and Lance Archer.
We could skip.
Fast forward.
That was horrible.
I know there was some little fire things in it, whatever. But I mean, I'm just
there was nothing fire. There was
no fire. Okay.
Those.
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to respect Jon Moxley until he changes his freaking song. I don't believe this him coming out with the wild thing is.
I think he's only going to. Well, he should definitely change it and become a heel. Because there's no. That's where Jon Moxley becomes money. Is when he becomes a heel. He'd probably be the top heel of AEW.
At the same time, though, I mean, with what he's doing, it's kind of already heelish. It's just adding a little. You guys suck.
I'm fed up with his hardcore crap.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with it too. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with that too. That shtick is done, man. You've done crazy matches everywhere. Death matches, Lance Archer, Kenny Omega, lights out matches with many people. Nah, man, you gotta bring something new. Gotta bring something new.
You should have stopped before the fireworks exploded. You should have stopped at that first one you had at Full Gear with Kenny Omega.
Great analogy.
No.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh man, like
it's definitely true. Hey, that interview that they did before the main event, right? The one that Mark Henry moderates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kofi, not Kofi. Oh my God, Kofi. Eddie Kingston's going crazy, bro. That guy's on fire. Give this guy a mic.
Oh no, but he gets a mic.
Yeah, he does. But give him a program where he means something or something. This guy's talk, man.
No, he can talk. He can talk. Yeah.
And he could put on some good matches. He's not the best technical wrestler, but psychology and storytelling is amazing.
Oh, perfect.
Underrated, Eddie Kingston. I never knew him before AEW.
Right.
And I've learned to learn about him, and he's great. I love him.
No, he is pretty fire. He's definitely. I'm not overly crazy on his wrestling, like you mentioned, but I love his promos. Yeah. His promos are just so spot on. But yeah, I think I'm just done with Moxley. I didn't care for that main event at all. That Super Click match I think was the one that just kind of did it for me. I didn't care for the women's match.
Again, it was the first match of the night that did it for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You saved the best for first and not last, apparently. That's what's ringing a bell here.
I hope I understand when you want to put, like I said at the beginning, like you want to put Ruby and Britt over, no problem.
Mm.
But there's got a way to work around it that you don't that you don't lack those type of matches like you just lacked at the first match, Brian and Omega and that trios match. I think you lacked it being the main event. Those matches deserve to be in the main event and get probably finished at the end of the show, right?
Yeah, you could have easily had the Moxley match start the show, like whatever. Just do your whole shindig, and then that's it. Then we'll get to then we'll actually maybe like certain other matches on the show because it would have been real wrestling.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have been a disappointment compared to the first match we saw tonight. That's the thing.
Like I don't care. I guess that's one of the pros and cons kind of thing, right? You're going in first, you have that fire of a matchup, you get the crowd excited, and then they usually just boil down. They're like, oh, okay,
they doze off.
They doze up. Like, I think that was me. That was the essential effect for me, especially for the second show.
For the Rampage,
the second Grand Slam. I just dozed off, I guess. Because
I agree.
Nothing too fancy. Well, the Dark Order was there too. We see Evil Uno didn't technically rekindle with the Dark Order.
Yeah, he left. Yeah,
he left, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, sure. Why would all your boys rekindle and then you not? Oh, I guess you're going to be joining Bray Wyatt. Is that's what's happening? Like,
Stu Grayson goes behind him, but not really acknowledging him. And next week is Rochester, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a possibility.
there. I hope they do something better with Black. Just end this Cody Rhodes stupidity.
Oh, they have to move on from that. Yeah, of course. No.
That's not over yet.
If you want to do anything with Black, you got to move on from that. You got to move on to the next stepping block, right?
It's not over yet.
In his journey to become a title or to join the title picture, you gotta make him stop stepping on stepping blocks. So now you beat Cody, which is huge. Now you gotta give him maybe one last stepping block before the TNT title, and then he's got to win the TNT against Myro. But they're both heels, so I don't know. But
it's not over yet.
They need to go.
It's not over yet.
Why do you say it's not over yet?
Because
with Cody,
yeah.
I think it's done, man.
He lost twice.
They even when the match was over, they said it's not over yet.
I don't know if they'd be like, "Oh no, Alistair
Rhodes." I think it was JR that said it. Goes, what's Rhodes gonna do now? It's twice that he lost against Black.
Yeah, there's no grudge match.
Well, that's what I mean. It's also kind of like, oh no, what is he gonna do now? Except
and plus
fight the new guy from WWE.
It's not over yet. I don't think
he's probably gonna fight Bray Wyatt when Bray Wyatt comes.
Oh, cheesy.
That's probably what's gonna be. If there's a pattern we've seen every guy that's been sent over. He goes
after the main guys.
Yeah. So.
Damn. Yeah, no, it was good. I just I don't know. I think like I mentioned, just the Bryan Danielson match. I think like nothing topped that for me, aside from maybe almost a Super Click match with Luchasaurus. Those two, I think, were the takeaways of both nights, and yeah, I guess it's a good takeaway. But I honestly think you just keep the Friday show for 1 hour. I think I'm good with that. Or you say screw it and you make it like a 3-hour show.
Ooh.
On Wednesday. Well, whatever, for your special pay-per-view things.
I think it's the 10 o'clock.
For the go-home shows. The go-home shows.
Yeah.
I think it's the 10 o'clock on Friday is the problem.
But the 2 hours, I think, me too, at the beginning, I was always lacking that, I wanted to last a bit longer. But 2 hours is a bit too long. So it's always better to ask for more than to be, okay, it went a bit too long, you know? So
right.
So I'm okay with them keeping it an hour. Right. They announced that Dynamite's going to be moving to TBS and that Rampage will be staying on TNT. So that's going to be something to adapt on for them. Yeah. So now people that have been watching this, 1.3 million people been watching on TNT, are gonna have to switch to TBS and watch it. Do they know? Do they follow enough wrestling to know that it's gonna be moved? It's gonna be an interesting story to follow.
Do they get TBS automatically? Like, is that a thing?
I think they're both just as available in the U.S. market, but you still have to ask for it. So like TNT, usually you get TNT, you get TBS. Usually,
technically,
but they're still separate channels.
Technically, they said there's TBS more in American homes than TNT.
Oh, okay.
More TNT
or TBS.
Oh wow, okay. So that may be a help in the ratings. Okay, so I guess we're gonna wait and see. It's fair. It's fair. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt for that. I've been I'm completely satisfied until now. Whatever, I don't agree with all booking and all decisions, but overall, you've got me. I'm hooked.
You're a happy camper.
So nice. You'll always find something to complain about.
For sure. But, no, that's it. Ain't that the truth?
But in overall, I'm pretty happy with the product they're putting in week to week. So
yeah, no, I mean I can't complain. Obviously, I'm nitpicking a bit there, but I think it's just the cause of so much wrestling. I honestly think the Danielson match really just took a lot out of me, and I was just done. I was like, I think I'm good for the rest of wrestling for the week, you know, like.
Well, emotionally, it did take like, especially that second half of the last 15 minutes was really like, wow, like one after another was like really emotionally involved in that match. Like, so I totally comprehend the emotional status that you were in.
Thank you. It's a very heartfelt moment.
Pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
Yep.
So yeah,
little energy there, bud.
Yep. I'm here, but I'm not here.
You sound like me when I was watching Friday's Rampage. Jesus. Yep.
After that match, hey.
There you go.
No word on Jake the Snake. Apparently, has been having a hard time, so that's why he's not around Lance Archer recently.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
Oxygen, having a hard time to breathe, and he has an oxygen pump.
Oh, wow.
So apparently he can't speak more than 20 seconds without using the oxygen pump, so that's why he's not been around. But he signed a new contract, so that's props to Tony Khan for backing him up, even though he's having.
Well, he signed that contract a while ago, though.
No, I think he re-signed a new one, like recently.
Yeah, he signed a new one.
Yeah. Like he signed one at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. Well, but that's it. He was on DDP. He was on an interview with DDP where he said they had given him like a 1-year contract. And then he was told, hey, we're going to sign you again. He thought, okay, just kind of the same thing. He's like, no, this time we're signing you for 2 years. So I imagine.
Okay, that's what I heard. Yes,
that's his most recent one. Okay.
Okay, so that makes sense. Exactly. It's what I heard exactly the way you're explaining it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So at least they're backing him up, even though he had health problems. Yeah. So that shows the different. I don't want to shit on Vince, but it shows the different relationship he has with his employees that Vince has, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Tony Khan's like a wrestling fan. Vince is a business fan.
Yeah.
It's totally different, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Him to Tony to TK, these are like guys he grew up idolizing and whatever. And, you know, there's that little thing. He's obviously still their boss, but, you know, there's that fanboyism. Vince is just like, all right, you're going to make me money. You're going to sell me shirts. You're going to do this in this time frame that I want. No, GTFO. Get out.
If it's not going to sell, it's not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Vince's. But hopefully now, with this Grand Slam, both shows probably together. Obviously, there's some lackluster moments in each show, but together, generally, I think this might be the moment where Vince realizes, okay, shit just got serious. So,
well, I mean, we'll find out if one of the Extreme Rule matches goes into a draw. We'll find out if he does that.
I swear to God, if that Finn Balor Roman Reigns finishes in a draw, I'm popping in my house. I'm popping in my house. Even though I don't agree with the finish, I'm popping because we called it.
Yeah. Nah, I know. I don't think that's going to be a draw. If anything, I think it's going to be Becky Belair.
Ooh.
That might be the draw kind of thing because I don't think both can afford to lose. So they might draw it out, if you will.
It's true. It's true. Belair and Becky can't lose. But one
That's
will.
it. So no, unless it's a draw.
Unless it's a troll.
Whoop.
All right, guys, this is amazing.
So that's where we wrap it up before Big Red ends up sleeping on the podcast, and it'll be the first ever
snore
episode he snores on. It would be quite interesting, but his snoring is going to get me tired. Then it's going to be a whole snore fest. Then we're no longer WTN. We're the Wrestling with Snores show, and I don't know. It's going to be a bit much. So with that said, guys, final thoughts.
Look in my eyes. What can you see?
Big Red going to sleep.
Ow, amazing.
Oh my God, you guys killing me.
With that, guys, it was great having you on the podcast, recapping last week's, Extreme Rules, and now recapping what we just saw on AEW with AEW Grand Slam Dynamite and Rampage. It was amazing. Thanks for having us on your earphones. Ha 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 ha. And we're always here for you guys. Wrestling news. We're always here. WTN. Wrestling Talk Now, baby. Big Red, JLB, and KC, baby. 1.